One of the first things we learn when we are trained as teachers. It might sound banal, but it's actually so important. The most crucial part is understanding what drives you. What is your motivation? And talking about this topic might be controversial because some people believe you don't need motivation, you only need discipline, which yes, you need discipline, but motivation helps you build your goal, helps you make your desire and your discipline more sensible to you. What is your final aim? Why do you want to achieve this level of English? So I want you to take a notebook and I want you to now clearly think about your why. Every time we do something, we perform an action, we ask ourselves, why am I doing it? Then I want you to try and make a self-evaluation. So yes, I want you on the first page of your notebook to state your why. And it needs to be a doable why. If you say, I want to be better, I want to improve my fluency, I want to be more accurate, what does it really mean? How can you understand that you have reached your goal if your goal is not clear? It's like deciding to move from A to B, but B keeps moving all the time. We need your why to be as specific as possible. I want to be able to watch a TV show without using subtitles. Or I want to get that type of certification. I want to feel confident enough to book a flight to a different country and be able to communicate in English. The more specific you are with your why, the easier it will be to actually achieve your goal. And more importantly, you will know why you're waking up every day and trying to learn English. Also choose a time span. Don't give yourself too much freedom on time because you will end up procrastinating. Of course, the time you allocate to it will depend on your goal. But yes, try to be practical, but at the same time, you need to get the work done. When we start with our English journey, it usually feels like a chore. English is just like maths, chemistry, history. We go to school, we study. Why? Because we need to pass an exam. We need to get good grades. We need to make our family proud. But there's no real intention behind it. Adults will say, well, it's useful. Learning English is useful. But when you're in school, it doesn't really feel useful. It feels just like another bunch of rules you need to memorize and you need to practice, learning everything again in a different language. It made no sense to me. So what really transformed me and my perception of English was the moment when I discovered my why. And trust me, it was tangible. I felt like my life was flipped upside down and all my priorities changed. I was a teenager, I was probably 14 years old, and I was at the airport in Rome. I was with my family, we were minding our business, and then a flight attendant approached us, and she started to speak in English. I was the only person in the whole family who had some kind of knowledge of English. Even though I still was very skeptical about it and I wasn't very confident, everyone pointed out at me and I was the teenager of the situation. The flight attendant told us about a serious delay. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was terrified because I felt like I can't communicate with this person. The flight attendant was a stranger to me and she spoke a language I never spoke in my entire life. Even though I was still very shy, I didn't even realize that I could communicate in English. In a situation where I was the less mature person, I was the youngest, I was the shyest, I became the person able to communicate with someone else. I felt much more powerful and much more confident about myself because I could use a language which other people could not understand. And in that situation, I remember knowing, okay, this language is important indeed. I need to learn it because it will help me in my life. And it's not about the grammar tests, it's not about the listenings you do, which sound very strange and weird at school. It's not about bringing the homework down every single week. It's about being able to learn such a phenomenal skill and communicate with people who don't understand my native languages. Now I have the confidence of traveling, of going abroad. If I need something or I meet someone, I will be able to communicate my problems, my issues, my worries, my allergies. I became such a fan of the possibilities this language offers. That day at the airport, that delay was my why. It was the starting point for me to my language learning journey, and I appreciated every single moment of it.